morning. Welcome to Narrowboat Precious Jet. My name's Steve Tyrrell and today is Wednesday the 17th of February 2021, and this morning just out walking the dog before we head off to the boat, or the land shark. Charlie boy, there he is, just giving her a quick wander around the block and through the woods before we go to the boat. So today is going to be a bit of a strange one today, because all I'm going to be doing is emptying out all the shit out the boat. So all the wood that's in there has got to go. I'm not going to chuck it away. I'm going to put it in the garage on site and reuse it. All the soft furnishings, they've all got to go. I'm going to put them in my car and take them back to my house, ready for storage in a dry location out the way. So today's going to be a bit of a strange one. I don't think you'll get a single video today. I think you'll get it spread over a couple of days. So anyway, let's cut it here, head to the boat, and that's when you'll next see me starting to clear out the boat. So anyway, if you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing. Love to have you along, and press the bell icon, and that way every time I upload a video you guys will get notifications off YouTube. So alright, gents, ladies and gents, let's get into it. Okay, tidied the back of the boat out now. Got rid of all the wood just so I can get access to the floor, and what I'm going to do now is I've got some panel wipe, which is what they use for wiping the car panels down when they spray them, just to get rid of any grease and dirt. So I'm going to panel wipe down in here now, in the back of the boat here, and also in the engine room, and then I'm going to paint with epoxy resin the back of the boat, the engine room, and in the very front of the boat up there, under the tug deck and all under there as well. So, but I don't need to panel wipe this in the front here because it's not been walked on. That's fresh paint, that is. That's how I left it the other day. So and that's dry now. That's all set up and dry ready. That's great. So as I say, I don't need to panel wipe that because that's fresh, not been walked on, not been touched. If I see any bits of dirt on there that's probably dropped off the sides or something, I will clean them up as I go along. Use the vac or just a bit of cloth, or just pick up the bits, you know. So that's it. So what I'll do then is I'll set you up on time lapse, and we'll have a look in the back as I panel wipe. Get rid of all this dirt down there, because I don't know whether you can quite see, there is a, when I took the central heating system out, that's where all the water fell, dripped, and it's got like an antifreeze in it, and it isn't evaporating, it's just sitting there. So I'm hoping the panel wipe that'll get rid of that with a bit of luck. So, but we shall see, we shall see. So right, set up the time lapse, and we'll get going. As I say, I don't think today there'll be enough to do a video. There might be, I don't know, we'll see. But as I say, I'll try and get this panel wiped and painted today. But like I said, we'll see how the time goes, because I was working last night. I started at 2 o'clock in the morning, and although I finished at 8:30, 9 o'clock, I've still got to go to bed at some point, and then I'm in work again tonight, or early tomorrow morning, 2 o'clock in the morning again. So then I need to go home and go to sleep. So what I'll do is I'll stay here for 2 or 3 hours, get a bit of work done. Like I say, panel wipe it. With a bit of luck, I'll have time to paint it, and we'll paint it with epoxy resin, 2-pack epoxy. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. So there'll either be a very short video of today's work, or there'll be a longer video of today and the next couple of days. So, but we'll see. I'll let you know later. Okay, right, onwards and upwards. Right, I'm going to mix up the epoxy resin now, the 2-pack epoxy resin. The only thing about this is paint needs air to set and go hard, and to go off and set and all that sort of stuff. Epoxy resin doesn't. So once it's mixed, it's going off no matter what you do, it's going off. I should have about 2 hours to get this painted, an hour to 2 hours, but we'll see. So this whole pot goes into there, because without the hardener, there's the epoxy coating there. Without the hardener, this won't go off. This will stay like this forever, and it's quite thick, look. And that will stay that way forever. That ain't never going to change until I put the hardener in. That's always going to stay soft and lucid like this. So I'm going to give it a good mix now, and then we'll stick the hardener in, and then we'll give it another good mix, and then we'll get painting. Well, oh well, that looks amazing. It's going to be a shame to cover it up. And this front bit here went down so well. You know, it looked really good when it went down. When I've put it on so thick, if I'd have put it on any thicker, it would have ended up in a pool at the back of the boat. And as you put it on, because obviously you put it on so thick, it's like self-leveling. And any little defects in the paint, it just filled them. In the base plate, sorry. I'm so impressed with that. That looks absolutely brilliant. Go and take you through and show you the back as well. Bang, bang, bang. There's the engine room. How good does that look? I've got the LED light on in the other room as well, and that's why it's flickering. So if you hang on a second, I will turn it off. So there you go. How's that? That just looks amazing. And I painted right under the stern tube as well. I couldn't paint the sides because they've got bitumen based paint on there, But what I am going to do, what I've got now is I've bought some panel wipe. So that's there, look. That's very good, and it's great for lifting off the bitumen based paint as well. So when I've got the other floors up, so what I need to do now is put the ballast back. Once this is dried, put the ballast back in the front. Yeah, so we'll get the ballast back in, and once I've got the front of the boat done and the ballast in and the new boards in as well, so we'll get all this ballast sorted and put them back in the floors, get the boards on of the living area bit anyway. I'm not going to board under the front of the boat. I'm not going to board that at all. I'm going to leave that open. For reasons is I'm going to put another tank in there. I'm going to have 2 tanks. I'd love to get rid of the 1 tank and put a single big tank in, but I can't get it into the doors, which is the only thing. Otherwise I'd be putting 1 big tank in, but I can't get it in. So I'm going to try and get another tank the same size. If I can't, then I'll stick with 1 tank. It's not a massive issue. It's not going to be a problem. So like I said, anyway, we'll get the we'll wait for this to dry, get the ballast back in, new floors down, new sole in, and then just got to do the bit I'm stood on then. Get that painted, and then we're rebuilding. So the epoxy resin now has effectively sealed in the base plate. So from what I remember, rust needs 3 or 4 things to occur. Obviously you need steel or iron, but then the other 3 things you need is air, because rust is oxidization, so that's where the ox bit is, the oxygen, and it also needs moisture, and the third one is that causes rust is evaporation. So if you don't have the moisture, or you don't have air, or if it's constantly wet, then it won't rust. So on the outside of your boat, underneath your base plate, that don't necessarily need painting because it's got no oxygen to it. You can't get oxygen, and there's no water evaporating off it, and that's why your base plate doesn't rust. But by the water line you do have evaporation and water, and that's why round the water line is where you get most of your rust. So anyway, hopefully now that's all sealed. It's sufficiently pretty much sealed off now, so that should stop any further rust occurring. And if there's any rust in there that I've painted in, that should halt it. That should stop it in its tracks now, hopefully. Maybe not, but if it lasts me another 20 years, I mean, I'm 50 years old now, so in 20 years time, if it's a bit rusty, I shan't give a shit, because it's going to see me out, you know what I mean? I can't see me lasting much longer than that. So, you know, if it lasts me 20 years, another 20 years, I'll be happy with that. And let's face it, in 20 years, it's not going to go that bad, is it? It's only going to be as bad as it was already. So, there you go. Anyway, out time. So, I hope you've enjoyed. I know I said I was going to do a bit of a longer video today, but I'm so happy with how the floors come out. I just need to show you guys. I just need to show you how good it looked. On the opposite side of that, I don't look so good. I've got me lockdown beard, or if you're a hockey fan, me playoff beard. But yeah, I've got my beard, and that's getting nice and long now and very scruffy. So anyway, who cares? Who cares? As long as I'm happy, and as long as my other half's happy, Lady PJ, I don't care, you know. So we're both happy, and that's all that matters. Anyway, enough of that shite. Stay safe, look after yourselves, and look after your family. Anyway, you enjoy, guys. Take care. See you soon. See you, bye.